And
resistance. Because if we fight, we might lose. But if we don't fight, we've already lost.
Oh, hello and welcome to a Thursday night, a very special episode tonight of the Talking Parra. Well, it's not a live show; it is a live show.
Podcast.
It's a live show, yeah, podcast, yeah. It's been a big afternoon. We'll say that much. Thanks to our sponsors. I might as well give them another shout out while we're here on a Thursday night. Beach Jerky, Next Gen, Bay Vista, Spot on Hose and Fittings, JD's Wise Age, X Advisory, Parra Leagues, Archibald Racing, Time for a Chat, Crown Property Finance, Oxford, Wing Boy, Non-Stop Landscapes, GMS Trophies, Euro Workstation Hotel, and Riverside Brewing Co. Got there eventually. Look, obviously, if you've been living under a rock, there's obviously been some massive breaking news today. I'm trying to be as professional as I can. I thought I was quite classy, actually. People were quite impressed how classy I was, and they turned around and actually fucking started giving it to me in the comments that I was, being too nice and all this kind of stuff. Look, I'm a lover, not a hater. I think that's one thing I've made very clear for so long. And I'm never going to jump on someone's grave, really. I know others might, but I was being honest what I said. Jim did a lot of great things with this club, and obviously he's still in the role as a CEO, so life could still be made hell for the rest of the year. But, he did do a lot of great things. I'm not going to judge him off the last 6 months or 12 months, whatever you want to put it, because I had a good relationship with him for the majority of it. So I'll be honest, but I think all good things must come to an end. And we said that when Brad Arthur was sacked. We never wanted Brad Arthur sacked. We never asked for Brad Arthur sacked. But, it's one of those things where you either die a hero or live to see yourself become the villain. And that's what's happened here. Judging off the comments today and our posts, Parramatta's posts, Joel's posts, wherever the fuck it was posted, it didn't matter. The fans have had enough. They've had enough of the direction this club is heading. And that starts at the top. And unfortunately for Jim, he might not have been the worst problem. There could have been other problems in the club. But this is a start. This is a start to get the Parramatta Eels back to where they should be, which is a dominant football club, a dominant rugby league club, and a powerhouse that we should be. And like I said, all good things must come to an end. I'll continue to back the badge. I know you guys will as well. So let's see how we go. Hayden, mate, welcome. Different setting for you. I won't say what I said off air, but how did you take the news today?
Yeah, well, I had no idea what was happening. Obviously made a phone call to you. I guess I was living under a rock, finding out be a little bit different to everyone else. And, yeah, obviously some big news. And as you said, there's been a lot of positive moments over the last 10 years, especially our relationship with the
Holy
with the
shit.
pod.
Sorry, I don't want to tell me that.
No, what happened?
My alcohol, I think I poured half a bottle of vodka in, and I probably shouldn't have. I had a sip and almost fucking
Well,
died.
I decided not to, but the only alcohol I've got in the house is a Tui's new Parramatta Eels supporter can from 2019. So I don't think it's a good idea to open that one.
Hayden said 100 likes on this video, and he'll drink it by the end of the show.
Yeah.
Troy, it's actually from about 2015 or 16, that drink, I think.
Yeah.
I've got it as well. I've
I've
got the can. It was when I first 14.
Yeah, something like that, I think.
I've got one as well somewhere. I planned on drinking when we won a grand final. It's going to be fucking terrible. I could die, but I'll die happy. Troy, mate, how'd you take the news today?
Well, you guys have got full cans. I've got empty cans in the Parra cave. So anyway, look, I guess it was probably a bit of a shock, I guess, like finding out that news. But I mean, look, Jim's done a lot of great work, especially at the time that he came in at the time 2016 when the club was down and out with obviously the salary cap drama. Transition into Combank Stadium, and then obviously the Centre of Excellence as well. But look, the writing was on the wall, I guess. 4 years without finals, the team was going down. The players didn't want to come to the club. Something needed to change. Something needed to give, and obviously maybe he's fallen on his sword and thought, well, okay, there's not much more I can do here, and I'm going to leave. So, that's probably about it from me.
Lovely. Longy, mate. I'm going to go to you, Joel, last. I feel Joel's not going to be as nice, so I'm leaving him to last. I also muted you, Joel, because you were deep breathing, getting ready for it. So, Longy?
Yeah, just wanted to say for Troy, obviously, none of us are surprised that you're surrounded by empty cans. So it's good to get the confirmation on that. Look, I look at this tenure, right? And you look at the history of Parramatta. What you got 10 years here, right? 10 years. It's a good stint. You know, we had a bit of a run there where we were a competitive team. We made that grand final. And then we've just been festering and disgusting since then. The last 5 years just getting worse and worse and worse. We stumbled across some talent and we just did not do anything with it after 2022. So I feel like it's
Longy, can I stop you for 1 second? Sorry, mate, because I've been waiting for something else. Can you just go into this more? What's with this applause for Jim? Is someone trying to start an applause for Jim this weekend? Because can you give me more information on that, Jamie? Either put in the comments or messages, because I really do want to hear about that. Because I think applauses are made for one, champions, two people that are no longer with us, or people offered something, above the ordinary, not someone who's been paid heavily to do a job. So, sorry, Longy, continue.
I was just thinking we could applause at the 7th minute because that's how many wins we have this year. Right, that'd be a nice, nice play. I look at it. I just feel like we're rudderless, right? And as a club, we're rudderless. And our attack, we talk about this all the time. It's rudderless. Our leading try scorer is Talon De Silva somehow, and that's the smallest leading try scorer we've had since 1996. So we are just a clueless team right now, and I think we need massive change. I don't think it's just Jim. I think there's a lot of changes needed. So this is only the first of many, I'm hoping.
Yep. All right. Everyone set your timer. We'll see how long this goes for. And someone's right. So happy to say it.
Hang on.
Like, I want to highlight this for myself. I don't know about Joel. I'm not happy because Jim's sacked. Like I've said this from the start. We need to change. I didn't sack or quit or walked away, whatever you want to call it, pushed. It can be anything you want to go with. I'm happy because for the first time in 4 years, I see a change and I see a potential for this to get better. Right? We all bought into the Jason Riles thing. We all fell for the Jason Riles thing, but it's, I don't know. That's why I'm happy anyway. I'm happy because change has happened. Yeah, I've had my personal dramas with him. Like I said, I'm a forgiver. No one will ever really know, I guess, the stress or mentally how that affected me. People can obviously comment on it. And do I need to blame someone? Yeah, I do, but I'm certainly not blaming Jim for that. There's someone else in the club who, I'll be honest, I'll look down the camera because I know he'll be watching. I'll say I hope he's next. So, Joel, what do you got to say, mate? I'll unmute you because you might stop deep breathing.
So long, farewell, good riddance. It feels like we got our club back. That's look. It's only the first head of a few that needs to go. Hopefully, this is the start of things. Because, in my opinion, I actually think he was protecting a number of identities at the club, and no doubt they'll be watching and they know who we're talking about. And I hope that they are the ones that go next. The club. This is a step in the right direction. I was depressed the last couple of weeks. Like, it's been so hard to talk anything Parramatta. I literally left the chat with you guys. I just said I can't do it anymore at the moment. I need a break for at least the rest of the year just to chill out. And then to get this news today, honestly, my mood changed completely. I went to this guy who doesn't want to talk to me about my club to a guy that said, you know what? This feels like our club. We're finally getting our club back. Yep, there's still a whole heap of shit that needs to be fixed, and we can talk about that down the track. But it just feels like for once we're thinking and made a right decision for once. And like for me, even thinking about it yesterday, I thought we're going to be stuck here with Jim and co for the next another year or two at least. Like, they're going to then use Jason Rolls and they'll have him as the escape goat for things for next year, and then they'll get another free pass for a year or two. And unfortunately, when I know you've copped it as well, but me in my comment section, when every time I've talked about Parramatta and blame these guys who now it seems like people are starting to listen, you used to get the shit canned out of me. Like, I'd get the comments were relentless. And it's like, I'm sitting back now, not going like, where are you sort of thing, but like, I could see something that so many people are trying to question me for a couple of years now, but he has overstayed his welcome dramatically. I thought he should have left when BA left. I think that was probably a good time for both of them. He stayed on for a while. They blamed BA for a number of years about everything. I've always said it wasn't just BA. There was the things that BA were doing, but there was a lot to do with Mark O'Neill, Jim Sarantinos and co there. There's still a few things that need to be sorted out. Our roster at the moment is terrible. We all know that. It is for next year as well. But I must say it's a good day to be a Parra fan, because for once it feels like majority of us can get on the same page. And cheers, Jim. See you, mate.
That vodka's actually fucking terrible. That's my wedding vodka. Yeah, look, let's obviously move on from that. There's a lot of people saying name and shame. We've obviously got to be very careful what we do. We've all seen that. But there's a lot of people saying that, James. This is all Adam's fault. I've got some messages. Funny thing is, I've got more messages saying thanks for bringing this to our attention than I have actually blaming me for it being my fault. But I've got a couple, don't worry. Let's move on to who's next, what's next. There's one thing I want to touch on, and I'm just trying to work out if I do or not. And Michael's not here to tell me not to. I'm just going to start. No,
I'm here to say do it, mate.
Yeah, aren't we the most truthful and respectful podcast?
We are the most truthful and respectful. It has no legal team, so they can't say anything spicy. We have a legal team. Don't worry. We've got that covered. I will say that I'm not going to say his name, but the person who I personally have causes a lot of problems at the club has just lost his protection and will be very quiet for a long time if he keeps around. And a lot of people have been associated with the club. I know at least 4 people here, and long he does by association because he's been told, know who that is, and that person needs to go for Parramatta to get to the position, because if not, it's going to be the new person comes in and gets essentially told what to say and what to think once again. What I'll say is it feels like no more time than the better, because I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good before we go to who replaces Jim. I'm just going to say this, Joel. I acknowledge you, my podcast chief.
Hey, cheers to that. Have a few more vodkas in you. We'll be getting something else soon.
We'll be getting something later. All right, let's go around. We'll start with you, Troy, mate. Any mention, who do you reckon should be the next, CEO of the Parramatta Eels?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have mentioned Shane Richardson to get him in there. Someone else messaged me as well and said maybe a guy by the name of Ross Smart as well. If you've ever heard of him, he's been in charge of, I think, some EPL clubs. He's worked with some EPL clubs and the like. So he's obviously a pretty smart operator. Pardon the pun, but I mean, someone mentioned in the comments
it seems like he got a good head on his shoulders, good brain.
Yeah. Someone mentioned in the comments there that Matt Cameron as well, the guy at the Penrith Panthers, he was at Parramatta a long time ago. Obviously, you've seen the success he's done at the Panthers. So, yeah, either those three.
Yep. Hayden, mate, any ideas for you? Yep. I don't think
I agree, Hayden. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
good
the best
choices.
point ever made. Wow,
Good choices. Well done. Yeah, no, I totally agree, Hayden. Well done.
I was
nailed it.
I was muted there, and you unmuted Joel, so I thought you were going to do the same for me. I'll be honest, I don't know too much about this, but I know that we definitely need someone that needs. We definitely need someone that needs a bit of a footy brain as well as, you know, a financial brain. Obviously, there are some good things that Jim's done over the time, but we need someone with, you know, Parramatta experience. So, look, I'm not too open to throwing out names, but I guess two names I would throw out there to me right now. I guess Peter Wynn. He's someone who's within the club. For mine, could have that IQ if he wants to step away from his other things and get more into that. Yeah, well, not.
He's
just
never
the
leaving
sports
that.
store, but yeah, probably not. And then I guess the other one who, you know, has been at the club for a while, has shown himself as a bit of a senior leader, but I just don't know how it would go. But I think Tim Manor will probably throw his hand up for CEO as well.
I'm going to say this before I go to the final two guys on the bottom. We need, obviously, I don't want someone to just be appointed on what they've done. I want a full interview process for this. I want someone to come in and put on the table how they're going to turn this club around and what they're going to do to make it better and the hard calls they're going to make. I want them to have a vision and not a fucking 5-year vision like Gus. I don't want Gus. And I want a vision that they're going to actually be able to give to Bruce. Because I'll give Jim this much credit. He had the vision. It's like he just didn't know how to get there. Like he wanted it. He knew what he wanted, but he didn't. We need someone with the ambitions and the experience who've got that. I'm okay with suggesting Tim Manor. I'll start off with that. Like I think Tim actually, how are you? Tim, are you happy with that?
Yeah, look, I'm willing to take the role. Obviously, a couple of brown paper bags would be needed. But yeah, I'm willing.
You're the kind of bloke that if the brown paper bags were getting handed out, would pretend you are team manager just to take those brown paper bags as well. So,
what are they going to do? What are they going to do? There's no record on them. So.
Yeah, that's true. No, but Tim's obviously a great suggestion. I want to highlight too, obviously, everyone's signing around the Matt Cameron. It was believed he was approached. I'll tell you what I've heard. I've heard that today, because this has obviously been in the works a little bit. Jim didn't announce it this morning because the timing seems very funny with some other stuff going on, especially after a very strong email threatening legal action last week, and then all of a sudden this week you're gone. But you know, I'll leave that for now.
Ooh.
I knew someone was going to say something then, but I was just waiting for the thing. I've been told that the Parramatta Eels today rang around to several player managers and asked them who they would like as our CEO. Now, I'm going to look at this from the negative first. The negative is we can't be dictated by player managers. There is a positive that it obviously could help our recruitment problems if player managers get someone they want in there. Now, if one person suggests someone ridiculous, I'm not going to say, yes, let's do that. But if 3 or 4 of the top player managers are suggesting this is who we get, there's obviously some merit to that. What it also shows to me is that the player managers didn't want to associate with Jim and this current Eels administration anymore under Jim. That's why we've made that approach. So I'm saying that there's a couple of names I could throw out there as well. I've heard there's someone like Phil Bailey. Remember Phil Bailey, the NRL player? I've been told that he's apparently very keen, run some business and done some other things and a good footy head. I think that's a quite good approach. We need someone who's proven to run a business and been involved with stuff and has, you know, turned around and obviously got a footy knowledge. The other person I'm going to suggest, I'm not going to suggest him yet, but there's someone that used to be involved with the club who I had a lot of respect for, was probably second in charge to Jim at the time. And I'd love to see him come back and get a crack at the job because we all knew he wanted it. He's off being a CEO somewhere else at the moment in a different organisation, and I don't want to cause any problems for him, but I really hope he puts in for the job and I hope he gets it. So, Longy, mate, who you got?
Just been told they look like Tim Manor and Dylan Walker's love child, so I'll take that. That's 2 professional athletes, which makes me want as well. But I'll throw something different in then because there's a lot of names being thrown around. A lot of the names feel like guys who are going to have to learn to be a CEO for the first time, which I don't love personally. There are names of people who have done it before and they've not won comps, but they've done it before. I don't really like that either. I'd be looking to do something really out of the box. And if I'm thinking about what do we want out of the CEO, one of the big things is out of the box strategy. But the other thing is connecting to Peter V'landys. and becoming his best bud. Now, what does Belandis care about? International expansion. So I'd be looking at like the NBA, the NFL. Obviously, we can't poach guys from the top jobs there, but guys who know those operations, guys who know like how they commercialize, how they use player images, how they run their third parties, maybe have access to global third party deals where we can finally not be a poverty club and actually do some of that stuff. And they're not going to know the NRL intricately, but they're going to know the business of sport in America, which is 5 to 10 years ahead of what Australia is. So I'd be thinking about that and just going, you know what? Doing things the right way hasn't worked for us. We need to be really out of the box. We need to take some gambles. Let's look overseas at someone who hasn't been connected to the NRL before.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. Actually, I really like that. Obviously, finding an Aussie over there as well that's got a bit of experience in it would be perfect. So you saying Jared Hayne? Because there've been comments of that. Trust me, I don't think he'd want it. But Joel, mate, I'll unmute you again. You started celebrating and deep breathing again. What do you got?
I've had half a drink and it's got to me head. Goodness me, honestly, comments, ask me anything. I'll tell you the truth. I'll spit some facts. Dead set, I haven't been this happy in a long time. Let's say I'll get wasted. Let's just all stay on this and just get wasted. Fuck it. Let's watch the game together, this game that's about to pop off, and let's just go nuts. Who cares?
Let's do a live stream of a Panthers Roosters game.
Honestly, I've seen some comments. Put my name forward, guys. I'll do the job. Stuff it. We'll have every home game. We'll have a drink beforehand. We'll have some fun with it. I'll sign Nathan Cleary for $2 million. We'll get it over the line. It's all good. Honestly, though, I think Richo is probably our man. I don't think it should be someone in the club at the moment or has ties to anyone in the club. I think that comes with some dangerous territory, whether they're good people or not. I just don't want to have that associated with it. And we need someone who hasn't been part of things, can come in with a fresh mind, absolutely tear the place up. It is going to be one hell of a job. I think we need to understand as fans now that the next guy that comes in has literally a complete and utter mess. He's like got this house that's gone acreage. It's been knocked down. He's got to come in and literally put it all together once again. So it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen next year either because there's no one on the player market. So we're going to have to really be patient with things. But we also need to hit the ground running come November 1 and be really aggressive in the player market. So someone like Richo, who actually did a fantastic job with the Tigers until it got to the point that he brought the players to Benji. They had a shit coach who can't do the job and get him to the next level. He got too close with his players, Benji. We all know the story there, and he's basically failed there, unfortunately. But I think Richo really built the Tigers up nicely. There's been a few comments saying we need someone who's done it for a club in similar sort of situations before. To me, that screams Richo. I think he's done it a couple of times now, and he doesn't take any bullshit. He will go in there. He will literally tell those people that we're probably talking about, if they don't go already, other people at the club who aren't doing the right thing, he'll literally probably just tell them to fuck off. He's one of those guys who will do that, and that's what we need. My worry with someone like Tim Menar and stuff, I think they're just too nice. And I think at the moment, having Tim in the club as a different sort of figure would be perfect, but not having him as a CEO at the moment, it's just not quite his time.
Yeah, it's a fair shout. I'm just looked up this Ross Smart bloke that Troy's hearing whispers of. He actually worked for Parramatta. He's a sports journalist originally. Was a media and communications manager at Parramatta in 2008 and 2009. Worked for the Bulldogs. Now, I just classify the first club he worked at was Parramatta, so maybe he's a Parramatta fan. Then he worked at the Bulldogs as general manager, did some government work, chief commercial officer at the Knights. Won't hold that against him for 5 years, 10 months. Now he's the executive officer at Classic Sportswear for 2 years, 3 months. So not a bad shout, Troy. But like I said, whoever does run the club, it won't be me. They couldn't afford my salary. And we'd have some unfair dismissal things go on if I was there, that's for sure, because I'd just be getting rid of everyone. But it's not a bad shout. Like what I do want to say, and we're not going to stay on all night, unfortunately, because I promised the wife I wouldn't. But yeah. What I do want to...
Hayden, can you just move that TV a little bit to your left, I think?
Oh, I don't want to get demonetized or whatever it's called. So you can do it with half, guys. There you go. But listen to Adam.
No quarter already do that. Thanks, Dad. What I do want to say is I was as flat as I've ever been today due to some other shit that the club pulled in the last 24 hours, on me once again, over a Vegas jersey. Over a jersey we're doing. A jersey that we've sold just over 100 of. A jersey that if the Eels release one, they'll sell 6,000 of. They've created problems for me on that again. I've never seen a fan base more divided whatsoever, as I have in the history of supporting the Parramatta Eels, until today. Today, when everything just clicked for everyone, and all the people that may have been sitting back, being scared to say stuff because they saw what happened to us for saying stuff, or me for saying stuff, whatever you want to call it, have all of a sudden gone, oh, fuck you, I'm going to let you know what I really feel. And all the dickheads online that have had an agenda that's been pushed on by someone else or another podcast, maybe have pushed that to them, have all of a sudden gone fucking quiet. So I've been nice, I've been respectful, been trying not to say too much, but to all those people that put shit on us for having this opinion in the last 6-7 months, whatever you want to put it, I'll say go fuck yourself. And I hope you're sitting there tonight thinking to yourself, oh shit, my support and my backup's gone and they're going to drink to that. So closing line.
Shout out to the SJ. I hope all that tongue-punching fart boxes have paid off for you. Cheers.
I think that's going to end too, I think now, probably.
Probably. Hayden, mate.
Yeah. What do you want me to
Final
say
say.
that
Anything you want to say in the final say?
What do you want me to say that hasn't been said? As
Nothing.
you said,
If you got anything
you've been saying,
if you've got nothing to say, you don't
not
have to say
really.
anything.
No, I was just going to say that basically everything that we've said over the last couple of months in our year, as I said earlier, in the past has been, good relationships there. But as you said a couple of times, all good things must come to an end. And, people will bat an eye and say there's nothing wrong with our club, but there was issues. I'm like Joel, I think it feels like the first time that we're finally going to see that change. It might take a couple of years for it to happen, but at least we're moving towards the future and some dominoes begin to fall.
Yeah. If you go on the game on Saturday and you hit me up for a beer, I'm probably going to feel very fucking generous as well, by the way. So,
Okay.
Troy,
Where are you going to be?
I'm not telling you that.
Okay.
Troy,
It's in
anything
the
you want to
station
add?
hotel, mate.
Yeah, nah, look, it was a little bit of a roller coaster, wasn't it, Jim's tenure? It started off at a down point and went up, and then obviously the last few years has gone down. So change had to happen. It may be just one of a few changes that might happen. And everyone here agrees that it just Parramatta needs to be that powerhouse club in the NRL. And a premiership needs to be won.
Longy?
Yeah, it's been about 10 years where when you say you're a Parra fan, people apologize to you or laugh. And even when we were kind of good, we were still a bit of a joke of a club to a lot of people. So I just don't want us to be that anymore. And I think, back to your point, like as a podcaster or as a fan or as someone in the comments or whatever it is, talking to your mates, you should be able to say, if something sucks, which we have sucked, you should be able to say this sucks, and here's why I think we suck.
Well, you're not a true fan.
Not the
podcast.
podcast.
And anyone
The podcast
pushing
hasn't
that
sucked, has it?
No, the podcast is great, but anyone pushing that whole support and don't ever question anything mentality is like, what's the point of having a platform if you're going to push that? That's my big question. I don't think there is one.
Yep. All right, Joel, mate, this is your last say. I think there's some names you said you were going to drop, so if you're happy to do that, go ahead.
I don't want to get you in trouble, so I will steer clear of that on your platform and your podcast. I will not say that. All I will say is
on Sunday night for
just let us know when you're doing it. And we'll watch
there's been enough people in the comments say stuff, and I think by now, honestly, whether you hate whatever platform any of us are on, surely you got to the stage now where you can realize things from the other side of the fence just hasn't really eventuated, but plenty from this side of the fence has. So I know you might have people that you absolutely bow down to, but seriously, take the wool off your eyes for once. If you genuinely love this club, and I'm sick of people trying to say to me, especially, you don't love the club, look how negative you are and stuff. There has literally been nothing to talk about positively at all in this club for 3 or 4 years now. Like, whatever I say is always from a place of love. I love this club. I will always love this club. Apart from my kids or missus and stuff, it is literally my next love. People say, what do you believe in? It's literally the Parramatta Eels. That is my belief. That's how much I love this place. And everything I say is because of the love that I've got for the club. So I'm just got to the point I cannot believe we're finally getting it to the point. Can you stop doing that, Adam? You're putting me off, you fucking dog.
chocolate.
I'm done. Acknowledge me. I'm done.
He's already done.
You're going to keep talking, so I had some chocolate.
Your rapper was so loud it hurt my ears.
I couldn't get it open. It's got a good mic. All right, guys. That's it. I'm sure we've got time for. I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions come through, a lot of things asked, but we've had a fun time. And until then, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Go, Parra.